Hello, hello. Welcome to Tapping Tuesday. I'm so happy to be here with you. If this is your first time, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. My name is Amanda, and what we do in this hour is tapping, also known as EFT, also known as emotional freedom techniques. I'll give you a quick rundown right now. I don't go into how it works or a lot of detail in how to do it. We just kind of jump into it. It's a very simple technique. So if you aren't quite sure how to use it or you feel a little bit insecure in how to do it, don't worry. You can just follow along with me and you will have it down by the end of this hour. We just jump into it together. This is for you to get familiar with the technique. If you want to have a deeper understanding of the science behind it or the specific different techniques that exist, we post videos on our channel all the time about it. There's over 200 videos for you to peruse for that. The channel is EFT Universe. The way you can participate in what we're about to do right now is in the chat box. If you want to drop in just what's on your mind right now, what you wish you had that you don't currently, what you have that you wish you could let go of. If you don't feel comfortable posting publicly, you can either email me, which I did put my email up at the top, and I will anonymously bring it up in a future session. Or I will show you how you can adjust whatever I'm saying to more correctly fit what it is that you're going through. So even if you never email me and you never comment, but you're here, you can still get the release that you're looking for. It's really, really cool how it works. And it all has to do with communication in the brain. It feels mystical sometimes, but there's actually a lot of very solid scientific backing for how this technique works. We may be a little bit light on our stateside followers today since there is a holiday, but I wanted to spend it with you. So I'm here. Um, and I'm going to just check and see who has written in already. Hi, Richard. Hi, Anya. I'm so glad you're having a beautiful evening. Hello again to Richard in England. Hi, Snea. I'm doing fantastic. Thank you. On being patient with others. Absolutely, we can. Hi, Roma. Hi, Keisha. So long since I could join live. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. I'm glad you made it today. Okay, second, patience. Okay, and decluttering. Hi, Talib. Tap on money blocks. Okay, absolutely, we can. I don't have any emails to bring to you. If you've emailed me, I did get back later than I thought I would. I got stuck in the UK, so on the way home. But I will be catching up on emails this week. And if you've submitted something for either a video or to be included in a live, it will be next week that I'll get to those. So thank you for your patience with that. So we will jump right into getting centered and just getting connected with each other. And then we'll start right into our tapping for today. So let's see. I feel like I want to share a different grounding technique, but I'm not decided on what that is. So a lot of times when someone is leading a grounding technique, they teach it in grounding through earth, like the actual like imagery of earth. That's actually never worked for me. I like to ground through water. Water is much more natural for me, both as a like an actual substance, like when I'm in water, but also just the thought of it. So maybe I'll take you through what I do, and hopefully it will work for you. Let me know if it doesn't, and we'll do another thing real fast. But let's give it a try. So let's go ahead and take a breath in and out, and another breath in and out. And really let your body just relax. Lean forward, get your back posture. Just let your body have all the physical signals it needs of yes, we're releasing right now. It's okay for us to slow down and calm down and just be right now. And as we're in this state of mind and starting to become aware of where we are in space, I want you to imagine your heartbeat, just a natural rhythm. You don't have to try to actually feel it, but just the boom, 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 boom. And the rhythm and the sway that that brings to your body, and the flow of all of the different pathways that that heartbeat feeds, that boom, 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 boom. Let's take another breath. And as you're hearing this beat or imagining this beat, feel the sway, the natural sway that your body has, the movement, the rhythm that you might have. And maybe it feels very tight and restricted right now, and that's okay. Just notice where it is. Or if you have a little bit of a sway, or maybe you want to move side to side or forward and back, and it can be generated from your shoulders or from your hips. Maybe you're feeling it more, you're wanting to move your feet or your legs, or even just your head, just a gentle sway. Whatever this movement is that your body's asking for. And if it's not asking for movement, that's okay as well. Just tuning into what this natural movement of your body is. And are you feeling a movement from your hips, from your shoulders, from your fingers, from your ankles? Where in your body desires to move when you hear a boom, 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 boom? Let's take one more breath. And allow yourself to settle back in. Okay, and I'm going to place my hands over my heart. And that's not at all what I was going to lead, but that's what came out. So hopefully you feel present and grounded. I'm going to move into our intention together for this hour. It is my intention to provide you with a space to be a part of a community. That even though this is virtual and we are all around the world experiencing different things, that we are together in this purpose right now, and energetically we are connected, and that's real, and that it's meaningful and is valuable. And you being here adds to that and has meaning in that, and that you are seen and you are heard and you are valued and you are wanted in this community. And that whether you put something in the chat or you don't, that you are able to feel better after you leave this session today, that you will feel rejuvenated, relaxed, you will feel inspired, empowered, that you may be empowered with a different perspective, whatever it is that you're looking for, that you have at least one step closer towards that goal by the end of this tapping session. Let's do one more breath. Okay, I'm going to check the chat one more time just to see on what anyone else has written in. Oh, I'm glad that was grounding for you, Talib. I'm not sure what you mean about how about the Sedona. Do you mean Sedona, Arizona, or is that a particular grounding technique? If it is, I'm not aware of it, but I would love to know what it is. So if you want to share with me a little bit more, um, I'm happy to comment on it. Okay, well, since we have a suggestion and a second on patience with other people, let's jump into that first. So, that's a pretty broad category, but I have a suspicion that there may be particular circumstances, if not like an event that's happened, than maybe like an ideal, like a concept. When dealing with family and family dynamics, it's so interesting because w- we kind of pick each other and we kind of don't, right? But we have to learn to live with all of these individuals that we're told have to be, at least in some way, cohesive. And it's kind of the only place we don't really get to choose that. And the cohesiveness of it gets so much more dynamic as everyone grows and discovers what works for them. And not all cultures, not all families, not all religions, not all areas, societies give a flexibility for being an individual and, still finding your place within that unit. So it can become really complicated and difficult to tolerate each other, to feel like you're honoring yourself and your family. It can become quite complex. So I'm guessing in asking for a way to tap on that, having some way to support different perspectives or different allowances within circumstances is a part of what that ask is. Um, Particularly when you are making an effort to better yourself and you don't see that being reflected by the others, it can feel like you're pulling a lot more of trying to find a meeting place than they are. So, how do you make that fair? How do you make that doable and um, sustainable for you as you continue going? So, I just want you to think about these questions as we start to tap on this and what it is that you're truly looking for when you're asking for this patience. Why do you want patience? What's your end goal with it? Because patience is typically a bridge, so I can reach what are you attempting to reach? And finding an answer that doesn't involve the outcome of the other person, because otherwise then you're still waiting, right, for what you need. So looking to find clarity on how you can get that independent of what they're doing is kind of the golden key. Um, So, whatever it is, whoever it is, and if you don't have this dynamic right now within your family, maybe a friend, it can even be within yourself. Oh, that's where I struggle with it the most is is allowing myself what I need and offering support rather than pressure. Um, so, yeah, I know that was a lot. Um, Focus in on one thing. So, choose one thing or person or circumstance. And I'm going to use, instead of the word patience, I'm going to use the word tools. So I'm going to say, even though right now I don't have the tools I want for this situation. Okay. So if you have a word that fits better than tools, even though I don't have the patience, even though I don't have the uh, the empowerment, even though I don't have the guts to speak up, even though I don't have whatever that is, plug it in instead of my word. Okay, so let's start tapping here on the side of the hand. Even though right now I don't have the tools that I need for the outcome that I want in this situation, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though right now this situation is bothering me and I don't yet know how to fix it, I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. Even though right now I don't know how to make this a space for me to be happy in. I'm open to the idea that it will come to me. And even though it hasn't yet, I choose to deeply and completely accept myself anyway. This situation, this situation that I'm in, this issue, this issue with others, my answer, what is the answer? This situation, these people. Oh, these people. If they would just change, you know, if they would just be different, the way that I want them to be different, it would be so easy. It's so wrong of me to want people to be different. How dare I? Even if I am judging myself for what I want, I deeply and completely accept myself. For right now, I'll set down this judgment and just be curious. I wonder, why do I want them to be different? Why do I wish so badly for change? Is it to make my life easier? Well, it would make my life easier. But is that my root reason? If they would change in the way I want them to, would they be happier? It's possible they would be happier. I wonder, would I be happier? Is this the only way I see to be able to connect with them in the way that I want? Is this the only way I can see my needs being met? Whether or not I'm completely clear on my root reason for wanting this change, I'm open to discovering it, and I'm open to it healing, whether or not I get completely clear or not. This change, these people, oh, these people, this situation, my desire, my good desire, my honest desire. I wonder, if I want this so badly, is it because I feel like there's something not there? Is there something that's lacking? Something that hurts? Something that feels lonely? Something that feels unheard, unseen? As I continue to ask myself what it is that I'm seeking, I deeply and completely accept myself. It's okay that I'm asking these questions. It's okay if I'm discovering something that I hadn't thought of before. I can choose to be a safe place for myself with these vulnerable questions. And even if these other people never become what I really would like, I hold space. I can still get what I hope for. My hope, the hope in my heart, my needs, the needs of my heart, these people, these people I love, these people I struggle with. Looking for something, looking for patience, looking for support, looking for acknowledgement, looking for collaboration. I might get this collaboration. I might never get this collaboration. I might get bits and pieces of it, and maybe it'll go back and forth. Whether or not these other people choose to collaborate with me, I can collaborate with myself. I can choose me. I can choose to lean in. But that's not the same. I want it from other people. It's not as valid if I give it to myself as much as if I get it from someone else. But what I want is their love or their acceptance or their understanding. Even if I have some or all of these concerns or others, I still hold space that maybe I can find a way for this to be really happy for myself, by myself. By myself? How? I can't be happy by myself, especially when there's other people involved. How does that make any sense? I wonder, how does that make any sense? Could it? Could it? Could it? Could it make sense? I don't think so. But have I ever really asked? Have I ever tried? Maybe I'll give myself 1 minute to consider it right now. Okay, 1 minute. How can I settle this all within myself? How could I choose me in such a way that it would make everything else okay? I wonder if I gave myself permission to choose me, would that be enough? And if I set aside any and other beliefs about choosing me is selfish or choosing me means I'm not choosing other people or whatever else that could mean, what if that was all it took? Is that I allowed myself permission to choose me. And then would that make my demand more of an ask from them? It can't be that simple. I can't solve this just by choosing myself. Can I? Choosing myself, permission, permission to choose me, permission to invite others. These people, this situation, my tools, my power, my choice. But will this really give me what I'm looking for? I don't know. But maybe it's worth a try. I can give it a try. I will try fulfilling myself, choosing myself, supporting myself, even if right now I have no idea what that looks like. I bet I can figure it out if I commit. And it's okay if it's messy. It's okay if it's hard. It's okay if I try and give up. However, it looks, maybe this is the first step. And as I give myself permission for this step, I deeply and completely accept myself. Take a breath. Okay, my computer's trying to restart, so I've got to like click this real fast. Okay. I was like, time it, because I didn't want to rush our ending, but I didn't want to suddenly disappear either. Okay. um, I hope that perspective feels empowering. I know in dealing with others, empowerment, particularly when there's a little bit more flexibility on your side or an ask on your side, and if they're just unwilling or unyielding, unable, it can feel really discouraging. And offering to be there for yourself can feel almost like it's not what you're asking for, it's not what you're looking for. Um, But in giving yourself permission to apply that love and that care and that give back to yourself and inviting them to be a part of it, if you're able to cross that bridge of perspective, um, really offers them a different energy to engage with you in. So it's a good beginning place, um, to try and find a shift. Sorry if that was stilted. I'm still a little jet lagged. I'm gonna look back over here. Oh, I'm so glad, Isabel, that you appreciated that. Okay. Oh, letting go. Oh, I'm so glad. And thank you for letting me know. I will look that up and see what that is to lib of that. I'm curious about that now. Um, oh, Jody, I was just in Madeira. So hello. Bon night. I hope I said that right. Anya, energy of our gorgeous community to connect and uplift. Okay. Oh, good. I'm so glad that tapping gave you some really good perspectives and insights. Permission to open up to the universe, providing what I need, even if that one particular person never provides to me what I want. Yeah. 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 Okay. And let's see. Our next tapping then, scanning. Because I know there was another suggestion and now I'm trying to find you. I see yours, Richard, and just tapped on Snea's. Oh, there it is. Okay, the decluttering. Um, okay. And maybe, Richard, that was your reply to what the tapping that we just did, but I still think that that's a good as a suggestion as well. Okay, and Roma, I see yours on money, which actually kind of ties into what I was formulating from what Richard just said. It's just allowing. Why is that so hard? Um, let's tap on allowing. I'm feeling pulled towards this. So, um, allowing ease, allowing solution, allowing um, things to resolve without you having to do it, without you having to provide it, without all of it having to come from your shoulders, right? Um, and in a way, it also stems from a root of trust. So if you struggle to have a foundation of trust, and it could be trust in your own life that things are going to ever be good for you, trust other people that other people are going to lean in and support you in a way that is what you need, trust in a higher power, that you matter, that you're seen, that you're going to be blessed in a way that you've seen other people be blessed. And why do you get skipped? Why do you get hardship? Why do you know there are a lot of things that, depending on how they have been translated and perceived to yourself, can feel really hard to receive because you don't trust what you're going to receive, that it's actually going to be beneficial, anything that I don't control 100% myself, it's just going to be more work for me. It's not going to work out. It's not going to turn out. So even if you're working on, oh, I really would love this to happen, there's an underlying current that's like, yeah, but I have to do it all because I can't just trust for it to happen because then it's going to be a disaster and it's never going to. Is this sounding familiar? I, I might be speaking from a little bit of experience. Um, so tapping on allowing there to be a sense of reception can be tricky if all of that doesn't feel resolved, because how do you trust when it's not there? right? And then it feels like, great, well, now I have all of this work that I have to undo before I can start to get any of the support of something to help balance this out. And I've got a cool hack for you on that. So anytime you're feeling that, and we'll do it during this tap for this particular instance, but anytime you're feeling like I've got so much over here that I have to whittle down before I can start to build up the positive, this is something you can apply and to give yourself permission to start to receive that support um, before you're done with all the hard stuff. Okay. So a lot of you were typing. So okay, good. So yeah, all right, cool. I'm on a good pathway for this. Um, let's see what Jody said. Partner Jody doesn't think I know how to be fun. Yes, and oh, Jody, there's so much behind that. So not knowing how to be fun or how to let go, that can feel like a lot of pressure, right? Um, when mm, okay, that's putting me on something slightly different. So let's tap on this first, and then I promise I'll talk on that a little bit more. It has to do a lot with being in fight or flight, being in survival mode, because joy isn't allowed when you're in survival mode. It's literally dismissed. So, but yeah, we'll get there in a second. Okay. So focusing in on allowing, which can kind of tie to trust. If trust is still an ugly word for you, then just leave it alone and just focus on allowing. Okay. So let's go ahead and start tapping. As I consider all that I would really love to accept, to enjoy, to receive in my life that I don't currently have, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though, as I consider these things, I may have a lot of emotions about not having them, I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. Even though right now I don't have what I really would like to have, I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. I accept that I'm here. It doesn't have to mean that I like it, even that I appreciate it. Maybe being here has been really painful for me, and it's been a tough journey, one that I wouldn't choose for anybody, but it is mine. And now I'm here. I'm here and what? Now what? I'm learning tools. I'm curious about options. But there are so many steps, and I'm only one person, and I'm already tired, and I have so far to go. Even though I feel like I have so far to go to get what I want, I deeply and completely accept myself. I acknowledge how I've gotten myself here. I've come really far, and it's been really tough. And while I want these other things in my life, I don't want them to be so hard. I don't want the rest of my life to be as hard as this first part of my life. Isn't there a way for things to be easy. I really just wish there was a way for things to be more easy. Even though right now, I don't see a way for things to be easy for me. I hold space to be surprised. I welcome the opportunity to be shocked at how easy things could be. Holding space. Easy. Holding space. Easy. Holding space. Simple. Holding space. Immediate. Holding space. Light. Holding space. Easy. As I begin to consider how I can invite simple and easy into my life, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though things have not been simple and easy, it is possible for them to be right now. I have fought for that, and I've reached this point. Maybe it's okay to say, it's time. Maybe I've arrived. And I've been working so hard to get here. I didn't notice. I didn't notice I made it. But maybe I have. I wonder, how can I know for sure? Is it possible that if I give myself permission to ask, to be curious, that I could start to discover it? I knew when it wasn't there, and I knew when it was necessary for me to dig in and for things to be hard for me to overcome. I wonder, could I use that same focus to see easy, to see where I could receive, to see where I can allow? No, no, everything still needs to be hard. Everything still needs to be just me. Even if I've worked really hard to this point to be able to receive things, still can't do it. I need to continue to reject it. Even if there's a part of me that feels this way, I deeply and completely accept myself. It would make sense for a part of me to feel hesitant, but I wonder, how can I support myself to where it would feel safe to try, where it would feel safe to be curious, to receive? Safe to receive, safe to shift, safe for easy, safe for simple, safe to place a boundary, to place a boundary on that fear of something bad happening. What if I told myself that doesn't have to be the first consideration anymore? It's okay. It's okay to trust. I wonder, what would that feel like? What would that boundary feel like in my body? Where would I place it? How could I give myself that opportunity just to ask that question? Is this safe? Is this easy? Can I receive this? I have worked very hard to allow myself this. Maybe it's time to recognize I did it. I did it, and now I can build this foundation. I can build my foundation of receiving. It's a new foundation. Maybe I don't know what it looks like yet, and that's okay. I'll figure it out, just like I figured out everything else. This is a different way of surviving. This is a different way of thriving. I get to survive through my happiness now. I get to survive through trust. I get to survive through connection. I get to survive through love. And even if I have no clue what that looks like yet, that's okay. Because I already know, I know how to figure things out. And I may bump into old beliefs. I may bump into limiting beliefs that get in my way. That's also okay. Because I know how to release those. I give myself permission to receive. And for no other reason other than I can. I can. And if I decide, ew, I don't like receiving, I can change my mind. This gets to look like how I want it to look like. And I give myself permission to begin receiving permission, permission to begin receiving. And as I begin to notice all of the opportunities around me that are being offered to me to receive, I give myself permission to connect with them in whatever order, to whatever degree feels safe and comfortable to me. And I deeply and completely accept myself. Okay, now let's take a breath. Nicely done. Okay. We kind of touched on a little bit on that, Jody. But what I wanted to say more on that is safety. A lot of times it does not feel safe to have fun, and that could be because when you were younger you were taunted, you were criticized, you got in trouble for whatever fun looks like to you, or you were forced to experience fun in a way that other people perceived as fun, and maybe it was overwhelming for you, or just not your choice. So, somewhere along the line, it's likely that fun was tied to not safe, or to expectations of another person. So, your root understanding of what fun is likely behind some walls. Um, Unweaving those walls is an important goal, to have. But what can you do in the meantime? Like, does that mean you don't get to have fun until you remove all of these potential pre-verbal spaces? Um, I mean, speaking from experience, I was a highly sensitive child and I didn't like to be tossed in the air. Um, and it took a while to unweave it back to that. But I mean, someone would pick me up as a baby and toss me and start crying. And then they were like, ugh, and that affected me and how I felt like I was portrayed, or my ability to connect to other people when they were expecting fun from me. And I still struggle with sometimes feeling like I have to pretend something is more fun than I think it is, because I don't want them to be mad at me. I don't want them to be upset with me. It's not about hurting their feelings. It's about my own feeling of safety and like my ability to connect with the other person. So it can be quite a deep dive to uncover the root of that. But giving yourself permission, kind of like what we just did, let's approach it a slightly different way, um, can be the key to that as well. Allowing yourself to just start over right now, this second, just being clean slate. And that when you want to dig into all of the past, you can, but you could also just start new right now. Because who's going to stop you? Like, what does it matter? Um, so let's tap on that. And that's probably as far as we're going to get today. But I hope that this is a fun way to leave this. So, little bit of extreme tapping here at the end. And if you're not struggling with fun, if it's something else, that's been like a long-term issue for you, you can put in whatever other thing that it is that would work for you to tap on this. So just have the idea of something that you're like, oh, this is such a long-term issue of mine. I just can't seem to figure it out. Plug that in, but I'm going to say fun. As I consider my complete inability currently to have fun, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though right now I feel I am at a huge deficit because of my inability to have fun, I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. Even though my inability to have fun is a huge issue that gets in my way of my life all the time, I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. And you know what? I'm done. I'm done trying to resolve it. It's too big, it's too complicated, and it's in my way. So I'm not going to try and resolve it. I just quit. I quit the idea that I don't get to have fun. I quit the idea that it's too stressful or that I have to think about it or that it's complicated. I quit. I am breaking up with you, idea, because I don't know how many more minutes I have to try and unweave it. And even if I did know how much longer my life was going to be, I don't think I want to dedicate a lot of time to this. It's already taken up so much of my time. I'm just not willing to work with it anymore. So I quit instead. And I choose to replace it with giggles. I'm just going to giggle whenever I want to. And I don't ever have to explain why. I could be in line somewhere by myself and maybe I just giggle. And maybe people look at me like I'm weird, but I don't care. And I don't care because I can choose. And that's a huge gift. It's a huge gift to give myself. I didn't choose for fun to not be fun. That's been a really hard thing that I thought I had to take on. Someone told me it was a problem, and I thought I had to carry that. Maybe I don't. Maybe I just get to quit it. So I do. I choose to let myself have fun in whatever bleepity bleepity way I think fun is, whether anyone agrees with me or not. Maybe my fun is standing against the wall, watching everybody else laugh. And I'm so enthralled with watching their faces and hearing their giggles and seeing their interactions. Oh, it just fills my heart with joy. And if they try to tell me, "Oh, come on, join in," I can. Or I can say, "Oh, no, I'm good. This is perfect for me." And I give myself permission to believe it, to accept it. And even if I do choose actions to make someone else happy, I give myself permission to be happy in my own head and happy in my own heart, and whatever that looks like for me. I get to choose my happiness, not my past, not anyone outside of my body, my choice, my fun. Maybe I don't know what my fun is. That's possible, but I can figure that out. I can try things. And I bet even trying things can be fun. And I can try things with other people. I can try things alone, whatever feels good. I'm ready to let myself feel good. And whatever outcome I have, I can keep, I can build on, or I can say, oh, that's not what I was looking for. I'm going to try something else because it's my choice. And I give myself permission. I give myself permission to make my choice. And as I begin this process of discovering what I want right now, regardless of anything else, I deeply and completely accept myself. Okay, take a breath in. That's one of my favorite tools. And sometimes I forget about it, but I love quitting. Just quitting. Nope. You know what? I'm putting that down. I quit you. You don't always have to tap while doing it, but especially if you're in any heightened state, you're feeling any kind of heaviness or confusion, any type of shame or guilt or conflicting anything from the past, tapping really helps when you just give yourself permission to quit and say, you know what, none of that matters, just from this moment right here. And if that still feels like, I don't know if I can do that, you can make it a smaller parameter by saying, for the rest of this night, I quit everything except what I want. If you know if it's like, oh, that's better, but then make the increment smaller for the next hour, for the next 20 minutes, until you can find a place that your brain can agree, because that's what the tapping is doing, is you're saying, hey, subconscious, I am asking for your collaboration. Is this okay? And as soon as you feel that, like, inside, that, like, yeah, this is it, then all of the subconscious beliefs and blocks and everything in your head, you found a pathway that it can agree to, even with everything else that's there. If you get that feeling of like euphoric, you're like, yeah, I can do this. Then you found something for it to say, okay, well, all of this exists, but yeah, okay, we can do that. And it can feel really empowering. So I hope that I've taught you how to successfully quit today, and that this has been an uplifting session for you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, and week. I will be thinking about you. Please feel free to send me any questions, any thoughts, any suggestions in my email. I did put it at the top of the chat, but it is Amanda@EFTuniverse.com. And I will see you next week. I'm here every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Pacific time. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you soon. Mwah. Bye.